Feel free to utilize your mobile phones, tablets, and e-readers while we're here at the gate. However, once we close our boarding door, you must please place these items into airplane mode or turn off your cellular service. So I'd like to thank you all for choosing to fly Delta. Welcome on board.
All right. Okay. Drink all the coffee we can here. Okay. I think it triggers if I drink it all. Okay. Right. First things first. Initialize the flight. It's not gonna let me do that yet. We do things in the right order. Let's go to the overhead. Right, so you see here, electrical and battery. We know that I did check my emergency brake. It's on, our parking brake's on. Battery's on. We're gonna go with secondary power. A to roof. We're gonna stay on our we're gonna stay on GPU power for a bit. Just gonna go ahead and do that. Window heat, hydraulics. Passenger signs I'll leave on auto. I don't need any light. We're good in flight right now. Fuel has not been loaded yet, so I'm going to leave those where they are. Beacon, nav, logo, wing. Light deck temp set to auto. Cabin temp, I just put it in the middle there. Packs are set to auto. Trim air is set to on. Bleed air set to auto. All these, I'm going to leave these on with APU set to an auto. Okay. Okay, let's go to init ref. LIRF. But GPS position's best one to use. Okay. Here we're company route. We're going to put in LIRF 01. Our flight number is IT Italia 4000. ITY 4000. Okay. Our departure will be off of runway 25. And Sosa. We have a transition of ES. There we go. Initiate that. Our arrival should come into 05. Which is rather odd because it's got on here runway 05 for our arrival. And that's a VOR arrival. We're not doing that. We're going to be doing an ILS 09 arrival. So we'll come back to that. Okay. Alright, external services here. We're going to go to Navigraph and get our information from SimBrief. Okay. We're going to go to airplane. And on ground services, we should have that. Let me see if it's going to make me do it. I thought I could shortcut the communications, but let me see if I need to do more with communications. I noticed up here where I could go to captain and I could establish communication shortcut. And I know that's cheating. Okay, alright, but I just thought I could jump it. Okay, just accelerate it. Let's go to FC pedestal.
This is the captain. Good day.
Hello, sir.
Good day. Hope you are all doing well today.
We are all here and ready.
Sometimes it takes about 4 times because they're a little busier in a different way.
Hello, this is the captain speaking.
Ground here.
Yeah, I see, and now that I've talked to ground, let's see what's already active. Okay, so it did go ahead and bring out fuel. I have transporters, I have loader. So I have everything in place to do the next step, which is the airplane. Wait, about fuel from SimBrief, okay. And they're going to do we're going to do some fuel planning. Okay, so Our trip fuel should be 22,229. So our trip fuel 22,229. That gives us about an endurance level of 1.6 hours. It's not, something's up with that. We'll see. Our contingency fuel is 3,731. Our alt fuel is 10,889. Reserve 20,769. I don't think we need any extra fuel. We don't. Taxi fuel 1,400. APU fuel no, it's too much. We'll at 500. And hopefully we won't need that, but as much, we won't need all of it, but it shouldn't overweight us, or it shouldn't weight us down too much. So I'm gonna load that. Hold on, back. Transfer plan fuel load to system. Okay. Let's go to the loading page. And right now we have 340 passengers that will be loading. Catering is not loaded yet. Catering can begin its part with fuel, but I'm going to hold off on passengers. So,
Please start loading the catering.
Fine.
Go ahead and load the aircraft.
As quickly as I can.
You may fuel now.
We are fueling you, sir.
You are good to start the boarding.
Starting now.
How can I help you?
Please disconnect the catering.
Of course, sir.
Sir, you need to establish communications with the crew by saying hello first.
Sit up for it, sir.
I didn't mean to disconnect the catering truck. We'll check that. By the way, our zero fuel weight, I can go ahead. There's certain things I can go ahead and put in here. 453.4. And reserves aren't going to change.
We are finished with the fueling.
Thank you very much.
How can I help you?
Cruise altitude is whoa, 190. Cost index is 4.3. I'm waiting for a final load for finalize the those numbers. So hold off. Let it load. That music, by the way, is in the cabin area. Kind of cool.
Camera saved.
Captain, luggage loading is done.
Thanks.
ask that you please fasten your seatbelts at this time, and secure all baggage underneath your seat, or in the overhead compartments. We also ask that your seats and table trays are in the upright position for takeoff. Please turn off all personal electronic devices, including laptops and cell phones. Smoking is prohibited for the duration of the flight. Thank you for choosing Flight Factor.
Right now, catering is still loading, and we still have, we're not even half loaded with our passengers yet. We're still in process. That's a nice jetway, by the way.
Auto throttle armed. Toga.
Six right, 16 left. Departing runways 16 right, 25. Wind 190 at 9er. Cab OK. Temperature 27, dew point 16. QNH 1018. Transition level 70. Runway edge lights currently dimmed for maintenance. Advise on initial contact. You have information Quebec.
The runway lights really won't affect us.
Rome
Okay.
Fiumicino Leonardo da Vinci International Airport. Information Quebec. 1150 Zulu.
Fuming clearance, Italo 4000. We're ready to receive our IFR clearance.
I'm really thrown by the flight level. It's 190, 7 is flat at 19,000.
Cleared to Algiers via the SOSAC 5 Alpha departure runway 25. Initial climb 4000, departure on 130.9er, squawk 6247.
Alright, we're already squawking correctly. Let's check that though. I want to take this I want to take off our X camera because it's
Italo
messing.
4000. Cleared to Algiers via SOSA 5 Alpha departure. Runway 25. Initial climb to 4000. Departure frequency 130.9. Squawk 6247.
Italo 4000, read back correct. Contact ground on 122.125 when ready.
Alright, let's see how passenger loading is going.
Contacting ground on 122.125 when ready. Italo 4000.
Good afternoon and welcome aboard. On behalf of all of us here at ITA Airways, I am Astrid Hansen, your lead flight attendant. This is Flight 4000, departing from Rome and heading to Algiers. Please find your seats as indicated on your boarding passes and stow your hand luggage securely either in the overhead bins or under the seat in front of you. Should you need any assistance, do not hesitate to ask any member of our crew. Thank you for choosing ITA Airways, and we look forward to a pleasant journey together.
Alright, we're going to do something because I just don't want to wait all day for us to load. And we're going to go to our simultaneous load right here. So far we've got 219 passengers, 20 passengers loaded. They're slugging on board, and We're still loading on catering. Let's go ahead and just hit simultaneous. Maybe I can't now. Nope, it's got to finish. Yeah, I got it. Okay, it's all right. Well. We're going to go ahead and put our takeoff numbers in then. Okay, all right. Flaps are going to be set to 5. Thrust is 5.8.
Sir, we are done with the catering process.
Thank you.
Great. Now they can focus on just passengers. It's all right. Our center of gravity, just double check. $33.2. That's giving us a trim setting of 3.25. We good? Winds at takeoff are at 187 at 10 knots.
This Boeing 777 airliner. We ask that you please fasten your seatbelts at this time and secure all baggage underneath your seat or in the overhead compartments. We also ask that your seats and table trays are in the upright position for takeoff. Please turn off all personal electronic devices, including laptops and cell phones. Smoking is prohibited for the duration of the flight. Thank you for choosing Flight Factor.
I don't want to put my final takeoff gross weight yet because it's not correct. That's what I'm waiting on. And to do that, I need the plane fully loaded. And also, I noticed my center of gravity may change. I already see this number changing because the vehicle's not loaded. The aircraft's not loaded yet, so I may have to wait. Sometimes you can't get ahead of it. We're close. We're about, yeah, we're close. We're 36 passengers away. She said, by the way, catering is finished. It is loaded, okay. Everything's loaded except for our passengers, and they're the last thing. Let's go ahead.
We request a fuel freeze test.
Roger that. You should have the answer within 2 or 3 hours. We'll let you know.
Thank you.
Guys hard at work. All right. I think I'm feeling it. We're close enough now. We're going to go ahead and start the APU. And
Sir, they brought a new load sheet.
Listening.
Sir, we are done with the boarding process.
Thank you very much.
you heard it. Okay. Things are going to speed up now. So APU is on. We're going to switch over. I'm going to go to my captain's settings. I'm going to tell them to remove all ground equipment.
Go ahead and disconnect all ground equipment.
Already on it.
Close all hatches, we are ready to pressurize. Close all hatches, we are ready to pressurize.
Cleared to pressurize. Pressurize, sir.
Okay.
Right bus tie switch.
So we're on APU power now. GPU's been disconnected, and we can now put in the correct gross weight for our aircraft, which should be right here, 512.9. Should be. Let's see. I don't like guessing. I watched too many airplane shows recently. So our final takeoff weight that is right. So 512, actually technically it's 512.7. And now I can bring that in and load my weight, my speeds. So it looks like here our actual trim setting is still going to be let's see, 35.9. That takes us to a trim setting of 3. So that is a slightly different trim setting. Get it. Okay, good. So our takeoff speeds are loaded. Our QNH is it's given it to me in HEPS. So we need to move that to the different setting. It is 1018. 10:18, and let's see, do I need to change it here too, or does it? No, yeah, I do. Doggone it. 10:18. Okay. We're going to enter V2 speed here at 163, and our runway is 25. I think 249. Okay, you know what it's time for now? What is it time for? It's time for the takeoff briefing with our flight factor crew. Okay, so let's go to back.
It is time for the departure briefing. Are you ready on your side?
I am.
The pre-flight is done and we are ready. All instruments are set, the FMS is programmed and the MCP is set.
I will.
Pre-flight checklist please.
Oxygen. Tested 100%.
Did I just forego something here? Oops.
Tested 100%.
Flight instruments.
Set.
Checklist complete.
Let's get back to the briefing, my fault. I kind of went riddling on you.
It is time for the departure briefing. Are you ready on your side?
I am.
Pre-flight is complete, the instruments are set and indicating correctly. The flight plan has been programmed into the FMS, and the MCP has been set.
I will go through my list. Please follow and confirm. The departure airfield is?
Leonardo da Vinci International.
We will use a standard instrument procedure and follow our SOPs. We will use flaps 5 for departure.
I do affirm, and so it is set in the FMS.
Please confirm the runway to be used.
25.
What cruise altitude do we have?
Flight level 190.
And the speeds are set?
V1 139. Today our VR will be 148, and V2 163. The departure is set in the FMC.
Please follow the MCP with me, sir.
The MCP is set for departure. Our initial heading will be 249.
What is our destination for today?
Huari Boumediene.
Any risks which are out of the ordinary?
No additional points to make.
Thank you. Continue, please.
In case of any emergency before 80 knots we will abort the takeoff. Above 80 knots we will only abort for a serious issue, engine fire or loss of directional control. In case of such issue below V1, we will abort the takeoff, apply maximum braking and stay on the runway. In case of an issue above V1 we will continue with single engine departure procedure. I will handle the controls and you will help me with the procedures. Any questions?
No questions.
All right. Sounds good. We have one more briefing to do before we take off, but we are ready for our
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Madison, go ahead and get our pushback and start clearance.
Requesting pushback and start clearance now, Captain.
Fume ground. Italo 4000. ITA. Airways flight 4000. Requesting clearance for pushback and start.
Italo 4000, push and start approved. Face north.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect. Push and start approved. Facing north. Italo 4000.
Would you like something?
Closed doors.
Very well.
I want her to cross-check doors. I really don't have to tell her. She's good.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake. Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
All right, we're gonna go for engine start. We're
Thank
gonna
you
go
very
ahead and
much.
fuel is fuel pumps are turned on. You'll start on engine 2. Insert fuel.
LNAV armed, VNAV speed armed.
All right, we're gonna go for engine 1. Flaps are being set to 5. Auto brakes being set to RTO.
Cabin attendants, arm doors and cross-check. Welcome aboard ITA Airways Flight 40000. We are flying to Algiers with an estimated flight time of 1 hour and 30 minutes. Please pay close attention to the safety demonstration, even if you fly often. Fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal into the buckle, tighten it, and lift
Operation
the buckle
complete.
to release.
Set parking brake.
Keep your seatbelt fastened when the sign is on. Return your seatbacks and tray tables to upright
Disconnecting
and
tow.
open window
Stand
blinds
by.
for takeoff and landing. Set mobile phones and devices to flight mode. Laptops must be stowed during takeoff and landing. Smoking and e-cigarettes are prohibited. Oxygen masks drop automatically if needed. Pull, place over nose and mouth, and breathe normally. Secure your mask before helping others. Life vests are under or between seats. Put on, fasten, and inflate after leaving the aircraft. Child life vests are available. Floor lighting guides to exits, which are clearly marked. There are 8 exits on this Boeing 777-300ER. The nearest may be behind you. Leave belongings behind in evacuation and follow crew instructions immediately. If a power bank or device becomes hot or emits smoke, inform crew immediately. Safety cards have full details. Thank
Tow
you
is
for your
disconnected
attention.
and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. Well, see you next time and have a safe flight.
It does add some immersion when you see the constant activity at a runway or at an airport. It does. We are ready for our taxi clearance.
Requesting taxi clearance now, Captain.
Fume ground, Italo 4000. Ready to taxi. We have Romeo.
Hit Arrow 4000, runway 25 taxi via Mike, Romeo, Bravo, Bravo, Alpha.
Runway 25. Mike, Romeo, Bravo. Bravo Alpha. Itaro 4000.
Alright, taxiing to 25. Alright, let's go ahead and do the takeoff briefing.
Certainly, Captain. We will be departing from runway 25. We'll be flying the SOSAC 5 Alpha departure with an initial climb clearance to 4,000. Transition altitude is 6,000. After takeoff, we'll follow the seat profile, climbing to flight level 240. Weather at departure shows no significant weather expected on route. In the event of an engine failure, below 400, we'll continue straight ahead and follow ATC instructions. Above 400, we'll follow the engine out, seat procedure, climbing to 3,000 before turning back. For any abnormalities or emergencies before V1, we'll reject the takeoff and apply maximum braking. After V1, we'll continue the takeoff, handle the emergency, and communicate with ATC. We have been cleared. As fine. Squawk code is 6247, and departure frequency will be 130.9. We'll configure it for takeoff with flaps 5. V1 is 151 knots. V air is 152 knots. V2 is 160 knots. Flaps 5. D22, flex 58, existing. We'll climb out at V2 plus 10 knots. I think we're ready to go, Captain.
I agree. Concur.
Approaching 25.
Auto brake is set to RTO. Speed brake is armed. And flaps are set to 5 configuration. Climb out is 4,000 initial
Caution, taxiway! Caution, taxiway!
Contact tower on 127.625. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Fume tower, Italo 4000. Good afternoon, holding short 25, ready for departure.
Italo 4000 heavy, fume tower, runway 25, winds 200 at 11, cleared for takeoff.
Right, landing lights are on, strobe is on, and taxi is on.
Italo 4000 heavy.
DCAS is active. Okay. Taking off.
Approaching runway 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now beginning our takeoff. Please ensure your seatbelts are securely fastened. Your seat backs and tray tables are in their upright positions, and all carry-on items are properly stowed. Kindly switch all electronic devices to flight mode. We appreciate your attention and wish you a pleasant flight with ITA Airways.
Heading
runway
249.
2.
Set.
All right, Toga.
Thrust reference. VNAV speed armed. LNAV armed.
Runway 25 remaining. 9,400 feet.
Auto throttle hold.
I'm not sure what's wrong.
V1.
Rotating.
LNAV.
Gear up.
VNAV speed. Thrust reference.
Italo 4000, contact room departure on 130.9er.
Departure on 130.9er.
Autopilot engaged.
Italo 4000. On departure, Italo 4000. Good afternoon, climbing through 1000.
Italo 4000 heavy, Rome departure identified, climb flight level 100, turn left heading 190, vectors 2, then on course.
It was giving me a rudder message on takeoff.
Main flight level 100. Left heading 190. Vector to join course. Italo
4000, contact Rome radar on 132.525.
Contacting Rome radar on 132.525. Italo 4000.
We're holding 250 knots under 10,000.
Radar, Italo 4000. Good afternoon. 3,500 for flight level 100.
Italo 4000, Rome radar identified, Bombardier Jerome QNH 1017.
1017, where 1018.
QNH 1017. Italo 4000.
Standard altimeter.
Heading to course.
4000, climb flight level 190.
Climbing flight level 190, Itaro 4000.
It's a beautiful shot there. Coast of Rome. Shut my shutter. We're approaching 10,000, which
Monitor lights.
landing lights are coming off.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we climb to our cruising altitude, we'd like to extend a special thank you to each of you and a welcome back to our SkyMile members and Million Milers. Your business and loyalty are greatly appreciated by the entire Delta family. For your safety, it's important to
Dear
remain seated
guests,
with your
you
seatbelt
may now
securely
use
fastened
approved
anytime
electronic
the seatbelt
devices
sign
in
is
flight
on.
mode. Our cabin
Even if the
service
sign
will
is
begin
off,
shortly.
please keep your seatbelt
Thank you
fastened
for
in
flying
case
with
you experience
ITA
any
Airways.
unexpected rough air. We ask that you also please remember to use caution if opening the overhead bins to prevent injury from articles that may have shifted during takeoff. We've now reached an altitude where it's safe to use approved electronic devices, and a listing of these devices can be found in Sky Magazine in the seat pocket in front of you. On today's flight in the economy cabin, it'll be our pleasure to offer you complimentary Coca-Cola products, Starbucks coffee, water, juices, a variety of complimentary snacks, as well as a selection of our fresh eats items and all-day goodies. Beer, wine, and spirits are available complimentary for our first class and Delta Comfort Plus passengers, as well as available for purchase for the main cabin. A complete listing of available beverages, as well as of our fresh eats items, can be found in the menus in your seat pocket. Please be reminded that Delta accepts only major credit or debit cards for onboard purchases of beverages and snacks. However, you can use your Delta SkyMiles American Express card to save 15% and earn double miles
Heading
on
to
all
course.
Delta purchases. For your enjoyment, each seat is equipped with your own personal entertainment system. On it, you can view a selection of complimentary as well as on-demand TV shows, movies, and music. You will find that this screen will work best with just a light tap of your fingertip. Feel free to use your own headsets. Otherwise, if you do need a headset, just let a flight attendant know they are yours complimentary for this and any future Delta flights.
Okay. Okay. The Breakfast of Champions. One concern I have is they're trying to get me to land on runway 05, and that's a VOR runway. I would prefer to land on runway 09 ILS, so I'm checking see if I can get some information on active runways at my destination, and hopefully
1,000 to go.
my
VNAV path, auto
runway
throttle and
09 is
speed mode.
active. Says it is. There's no reason why I can't be on that runway. General notice to airmen. Yeah. Yeah, we need runway 09. We don't need 05, we need 09. Although ILS, yeah, ILS 09. I don't know why it tried to send me on a different one. But anyway, we're going to switch to that. So tell it.
Dear guests, we will now begin our snack and beverage service. Today we are pleased to offer our popular Italian espresso and a selection of fresh pastries from the ITA Airways menu. After the service, you will have the opportunity to browse selected items from the ITA Airways shop. Please enjoy the flight.
Yeah, that's better. So we're going to say ILS 09, MAR transition. We're already at flight level. It's rather, just not used to being at flight level at 190. Alright, so we're going straight to the transition, MAR transition, and we're 478 miles out. Shade down if you want, but let me go here. I thought that actually worked. Guess I can push it.
Heading 246, set.
And we're climbing out. Well, we've climbed out. Okay. Okay. Very tempted to use some time compression to reduce the in-between time. Still might. Okay. I don't like using time compression as much on the flight factors 777 because it's so overhead intensive, and it's worth it. It's worth the overhead that it takes, but it's a resource hog. So sometimes you just want to let it ride. Okay, so we're currently at 190, flying across to our final destination of Algiers in Algeria. It's about a 570-mile flight, and we're 449 miles away. As it's a rather direct flight too, so it's not far. Look at our traffic global, how it's doing. The one I never keep on traffic global is the collide with user. And by the way, I think I'm going to disagree with Q8 Pilot, who I don't typically disagree with him. I don't like live traffic. The AI, I think, still needs some work on it, unless there's been some recent updates. I'm not sure I'm as much up on it as Q8 Pilot is. Yes, so it has a thing here where you can use TCAS within Traffic Global, and I don't know if I hope I don't really mess something up to hit this and knock out my flight out. Okay. Skynet is blocking me from using that on there, so I'll leave that be. Which is a part of say intentions, and I do use say intentions. Traffic density I have set on about a little edge less than half, and it keeps things busy. Keeps things busy enough. Yeah. So, and if you see here on Traffic Global, the amount of information. So you've got 1,410 models, 40,000 routes. I think there's a whole lot going on in the background. How you can tell how much is going on with Traffic Global is if I go to my plugin admin and we look at what Traffic Global's doing. It's not awful. It says here that it's a frame FPS is about 2.83 that it's using, whereas the aircraft plugins, the Sassel and the 777, it's using something. They'll peak out at 10 and 11 for FPS, but it's manageable. Still a manageable thing. So overall performance, there you go. Explain what it's using. Well, it says there my aircraft's really eating up some resources, but once again, it's worth it. It's worth it as long as it doesn't kick me out of the flight sim. Works well. I'm not there. I don't drop frames. It works. I'm really pleased with it. Like right now, I see what my frame rate is, where my frame rate's bouncing around right now. We're at an FPS of a frame rate of peaking 60 at moments, and then it'll drop down to 31. But it's adjusting well. So I'm not going to change anything on this one here.
Ground proximity glide slope inhibit switch.
So what does it look like on this aircraft? And by the way, someone's got some cold coffee. We got to fix that. There we go. We're good. If you look here, the level of detail and the way the cockpit looks, even the jump seats. Those are some nice jump seats, by the way. There's our coffee cups or dirty trash. I know, I'm supposed to have that door locked, I don't. And typically this is where the pilots use this one here. And it does work. It's the little things. There's business class, first class. I had given up on the 777 for a while because, for one, I was having issues even getting it to work, and I'm running an i9 machine with 64 gigs of RAM and a RTX 4070 card, like GPU. There's no reason it shouldn't have been running, and it was getting frustrated. So I just got it to where, instead of disappointing myself, I stopped flying it. And but Flight Factor, when they decided to work on the 777-300ER and do some, like, revive it, I started, because I mean, for a while Flight Factor was the flagship of the X-Plane 12 wide body heavies, and it just kind of I'd gotten to the point I'm like, forget it. And now that they've done some of this work, it's just working great. It's it never crashes out in terms of the, like, even going in. I got to where I couldn't even get it to load sometime. So it's doing much better. But yeah, cabin area even. Level of detail, everything looks good. It's true. It looks like they only modeled the front bathroom, but that's the one the pilot uses, so it's important to me. So I'm good. Let's go with the front. This is a long plane. Like, it's just in a nice, light, long, wide body. It doesn't look cramped. And boy, talk about nice. First class, business class, really nice. Millie, why do they call it? They call it business class because first class sounds a little snobby. What do you think?
Ha ha ha, that's a funny thought. In aviation, we focus more on clarity and precision than on naming conventions. But speaking of classes, did you know that business class often has better access to advanced weather updates and passenger comfort features? By the way, if you want, I can share a tip on how to optimize your autopilot settings for smoother cruise. Just let me know.
How do you optimize for smoother cruise? What's the secret?
For smoother cruise in the ERJ 145, use the autopilot's vertical speed mode to set a gentle descend altitude or descent rate, usually around 500 per minute or less, and engage LNAV for lateral navigation. This reduces abrupt pitch changes. Also, monitor and adjust the speed bug to maintain optimal cruise speed for fuel efficiency. For example, say to ATC, requesting to send altitude flight level 190 with a vertical speed of 500 per minute. This keeps the ride smooth and fuel burn efficient. You got this, QNH 1017.
Nelly, I'm in a Flight Factor 777-300ER.
The Flight Factor Departure 777300ER has an advanced autopilot system that integrates LNAV and VNAV for precise lateral and vertical navigation. A neat trick is to use the MCP altitude preselect knob to set your target altitude before reaching it, so the autopilot smoothly captures it without abrupt pitch changes. For example, you might say to ATC, climbing to flight level 350, request VNAV climb. Let me know if you want tips on managing the FMC or auto throttle systems in the 777.
All right, give me some tips.
For smooth cruise in the 777300ER, use the MCP altitude preselect knob to set your target altitude early, so the autopilot captures it gently without abrupt pitch changes. Also, engage VNAV for efficient vertical navigation. For example, you can say, climbing to flight level 350, request VNAV climb. This keeps your flight smooth and fuel efficient. Let me know if you want tips on managing the FMC or auto throttle systems too. You're doing great.
Autopilot showing up now? Or the co-pilot? By the way, the sky, the clouds, just wow, the way that looks. That is from XP Map Enhancements. They've done a recent update up to 4.03 at this time, and wow. And then I'm still using Sim Heaven, and it's not I guess Sim Heaven X Pro. This is that Sim Heaven X Pro. I'm looking forward to it coming out, and I'm definitely going to Sim Heaven X Pro when it comes out. This looks really good. Just what I'm seeing here in the ground and the textures. It looked really good. Right? This is a 19,000 foot view. It looks good. I'm going to assume we're burning more fuel on this flight at 19,000 because it's just it's a lower level, it's a lower altitude. So, but I'm wondering if it's going to be a quicker flight because of we're not having to climb as much. We're spending more time at a steady speed. Already, I see. It looks like we're like clipping right along. Let's go ahead and check our information. Now, so here's something that they did fix on the 777 that was aggravating to me for so long, and it was in op for, I don't know, an extended period of time, is the forecast. If you hit forecast now, and you see here the descent forecast, I used to have to manually enter all this in the 777. Now if I hit request, usually I will get, yeah, there we go. We'll load that. And there you go. We've got our forecast winds all loaded. Go back to descent. So we're at cruise now. Let's go to progress.
Hey, Taro 4000, please expedite your climb to flight level 350.
Expediting climb to flight level 350. Itaro 4000.
Federal 4000, we were told and have filed for a flight level of 19,000. We weren't told to climb.
Tower 4000, you're cleared to maintain flight level 190. Descend when ready.
Clear to maintain flight level 190. Descend when ready. Itaro 4000.
Hey, what I'm looking for right now, I have sometimes switch around on aircraft. I'm looking to make sure I've got my top of descent. I'm looking for top of descent in my information. Usually you find it, you can find it under VNAV. There's our cruise altitude. Economy, speed transition. It's not there. There's progress, and let me make sure I'm just not overlooking it. It would be on this page if it's here. No. Yeah, well, there's another way to look at it. I've got here Lemon to MAR, MAR is when we descend, and honestly we don't need much time to descend on this particular flight, so maybe I just ought to not get worked up over it. Should be good. Let's go ahead and do a fix on, so if we're doing runway 09, I want to tell it, give me a 10-mile ring. Give me a 4.5 mile ring. And a 1.5. Okay. I could actually do a second fix, but I don't need that. Yeah, where does that show up? It shows up here if I go to the wider shot. See the rings right there? As we get closer, it'll give us rings. Because everybody needs a ring. Didn't mean to do that. Okay.
MCP vertical speed selector.
Yeah, you would think there's a simple place to look at top of descent, but that's all right. Huh. We're 327 miles from the airport. MAR transition. Tower 4000, we're requesting runway 09 for our arrival. We would prefer an ILS runway.
Tower 4000, expect the ILS runway 9er approach at DAAG.
Expecting the ILS runway 9er approach at DAAG. Itaro 4000.
Thank you, that was easy.
Heading to course.
That is something in say intentions. That is a help. That is a help. Okay. Okay. Okay, so say intentions is controlling TCAS right now. And let me see if I can adjust that. Sky ops. Millie, in say intentions, where can I adjust the TCAS settings?
In the Flight Factor 777300ER, TCAS settings are usually adjusted via the EFS control panel on the glare shield near the autopilot controls. You can select Terra modes and adjust sensitivity there. For example, you might say, TCAS mode Terra selected, sensitivity set to medium. This keeps your traffic alerts tailored to your current phase of flight. Let me know if you want me to walk you through the exact panel layout. You're doing great.
Millie, this question I'm asking has to do with say intentions, and I'm trying to disable TCAS so that it works somewhere else.
In the Flight Factor 777300ER, you can't fully disable TCAS, but you can adjust its sensitivity or mode on the EFS control panel near the autopilot. For example, you can set TCAS to TA only mode by saying thou TCAS mode TA selected. This reduces alerts to traffic advisories only, which might help if you want less interference. Does that make sense?
Heading to course.
Itero 4000, contact Marcel Control on 123.9
Contacting Marseille Control on 123.8. Itaro 4000. Marseille Control. Itaro 4000. Good afternoon at flight level 190.
Skynet in say intentions.
4000, Marseille Control identified. Bondi.
Okay, we're gonna try to see if we can change that. Skynet. Okay, I'm not Microsoft Flight Sim.
Heading to course.
Did you find it? Where?
Where? Sorry to bore y'all, but I've been looking for Skynet settings because I can't use TCAS in Traffic Global, and I've not figured out how to. Let's see if it's.
Heading to course.
I cannot find it. Okay, so when I'll stumble across it one of these times, and I will have to let you know if I find it. But I'm looking for Skynet settings. I want to see if that annoys me or not, but I'll put some more chatter, radio chatter there. Yeah, okay, we'll see what happens. If it's too, like if it's too busy or if it's just annoying, I'll turn it back, but I think it'll be fine. We're 267 miles out. Let's go ahead and brief the descent and approach.
Heading to course.
Understood, Captain Good. We will prepare the cabin for descent and approach now.
Let us brief the descent and approach.
Certainly, Captain. We will be arriving at Algiers on runway 09 using the ILS approach. Transition level is 50 feet. Weather at arrival shows winds 03017 knots. Cab OK conditions. Temperature 30 degrees Celsius. 2.14. QNH 1019. In the event of a missed approach, we'll follow the published missed approach procedure. Squawk code remains 6247 and approach frequency will be 121.4. We'll configure for landing with flaps 30. Final approach speed will be 139 knots. I think we're ready for the arrival, Captain.
What is our approach runway?
I've requested the ILS approach for runway 09 at Algiers.
Runway control. Itaro 4000. Requesting ILS approach to runway 09 at Algiers.
Itaro 4000. Expect the ILS runway 9er approach at Algiers.
Expecting the ILS runway 9er approach at Algiers. Itaro 4000.
Heading to course.
Not a whole lot to see up here right now, even at 19,000. And 250 miles out, time for coffee.
Heading to course. Heading to course. Heading to course. Flight level 035, check. Heading to course.
Arrow 4000, contact Algiers Maghreb Control on 125.4.
Contacting Algiers. Maghreb Control on 125.4. Itaro 4000. Algiers. Maghreb Control. Itaro 4000. Good afternoon. At flight level 190.
Itaro 4000, Algiers Maghreb Control identified. Good afternoon.
Heading to course.
We are 180 miles out of our Algiers. We will have a transition where we'll pass the airport, so it'll be on our left, and we'll come in for approach on approach transition MAR.
Heading to course.
Alright, so the mic was on when I did that. Sorry, guys.
Heading to course.
We're 143 miles from the airport, but actually our transition would put us more in on the lines. We've got to travel about another 165 miles. So we're about 165 miles outside of the airport, and prepare the cabin for our arrival. Windows shade closed. All right. Oh.
Heading to course.
All right, we're about to hit from Bury to Le Mans, and that's about 58 miles, and we begin our descent.
Heading to course.
We can request our descent clearance on our arrival.
Requesting descent clearance for our arrival into Algiers now.
Algiers Maghreb Control. Itaro 4000. Requesting clearance to descend for arrival into Algiers.
Itaro 4000. Whenever you'd like, descend flight level 150.
Descending flight level 150. Itaro 4000.
VNAV alt. Heading to course. Heading 241, set. Heading 225, set.
So I'm trusting the aircraft. I have hit descend now. It's following in the flight path, the FMS. So it should descend and calculate the descent based on whatever feet per minute it needs to get down to our requested level.
Tower 4000, descend flight level 120.
Descending flight level 120. Itaro 4000.
Flight level 120. Check. Flight level change. Auto throttle in thrust mode. VNAV speed. Auto throttle in speed mode. VNAV path. Flight level change. Auto throttle in thrust mode.
Itaro 4000, contact Algiers approach on 121.4.
Contacting Algiers approach on 121.4. Itaro 4000. Algiers approach.
VNAV alt.
Itaro
Auto
4000.
throttle in speed mode.
Good afternoon. Flight level 190 for flight level 120.
Attention, please clear
Tower
the cab
4000
for
heavy,
arrival.
Algiers approach, identified. Assalamu alaikum.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have begun our initial
Algiers.
descent.
Let me know
At this
you've got
time, we ask that
information,
you
Bravo.
kindly begin to recheck the security of your seatbelt. And if you've removed any items from the overhead bins, please begin to restow them at this time.
To Algiers. Itaro 4000 heavy.
Please check around your seating area and the seat pocket in front of you for any cups,
Flight level
glasses, or
change.
other articles
Auto
you wish to
throttle in
discard.
thrust mode.
And kindly hand these items to the flight attendants as they make their way through the aisle. Thank you so much. We should be landing in approximately
Altitude
15 to 20 minutes.
12,000 feet. Check.
Okay, so I do know, I see that it's hard and fast
4000, contact Algiers Maghreb control on 127.3.
on the FMC, I think. The reason it won't descend,
Itaro 4000.
so I'm having to kind of force it.
Algiers Maghreb control. Itaro 4000. Good afternoon. With you flight level
Vertical speed
180.
engaged. Auto throttle in speed mode.
Itaro 4000, Algiers Maghreb control,
Minus
identified alarm.
1,500 feet per minute. Selected.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have left our cruising altitude and started our approach to Algiers. Please return to your seats, stow your tray tables, fasten your seat belts, and note that the use of lavatories is now not permitted. Thank you for your attention.
Altitude 3,500 feet. Set.
Itaro 4000, descend flight level 100.
Descending flight level 100. Itaro 4000.
I'm controlling the flight, just the descent instead. I've got it on verticals at about 1,500 feet per minute, which is plenty.
Itaro 4000, turn right heading 270 vectors for the ILS runway 9er approach.
Right heading 270. Vectors for the ILS runway 9er approach. Itaro 4000.
Heading select. Heading 270. Set.
All right, they're sending us 270 heading. And I'm hoping it's in to set up at MAR to give us an easier turn. I don't mind that. No.
Two 40 knots. Set.
We might have to use I hate to use our speed brake, but I've got to get slowed down. I've got to lose about 50 knots. Kind of harsh, but
feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now on final approach into Algiers. Please ensure all electronic devices are turned off and stowed away until we have arrived at the gate. Kindly put your tray tables away, return your seats to their full upright position, and fasten your seat belts securely. Crew, please check that everyone is seated and belted. The weather in Algiers is clear and calm. Our assigned gate is Terminal 4, Gate W22B. Thank you for flying with ITA
230
Airways.
knots. Selected.
He may try to vector me a little closer, but I really want to go to MAR because I'm a heavy in a wide body, and I need the space.
$1,000 to go. Altitude hold engaged. Heading 240. Check. .220 knots. Check.
Turn right heading 270.
Flaps 30 at 140. That's our approach.
4000.
Kilo 4000 heavy, requesting direct to Mar.
Arrow 4000, cleared direct Mar.
LNAV on.
Arrow 4000.
One 180 knots. Set.
Hit Arrow 4000, 16 miles from FF09er, turn left heading 110, cleared for the ILS runway 9er approach.
LNAV.
Left heading 110. Cleared for the ILS runway 9er approach. Hit Arrow 4000.
Heading 204. Set. $150 knots. Selected. Heading 167. Set. $170 knots. Set. Heading to course. Heading 141. Set.
By the way, this is XP map enhancements, the latest version. Looks good.
Glide slope armed. Localizer engaged. One 40 knots. Selected.
Flaps are set to 30.
Tower 4000, contact Algiers Tower on 118.7.
Contacting Algiers Tower on 118.7. Itaro 4000. Algiers Tower, Itaro 4000. Good afternoon. Established on the LS runway 9er approach.
Itaro 4000 heavy, Algiers Tower, roger, continue approach.
Glide slope captured.
And awesome. Glide scope captured. We're on the ILS. Looks great. It looks great.
Itaro 4000 heavy, runway 09er, wind 030 at 7, cleared to land.
Runway 0 linear, cleared to land. Itaro 4000 heavy.
Alright, 3 green.
Autoland 3.
Auto brake set to 2. Missed approach set to 3,000.
Altitude 3,000 feet. Selected.
Approaching
1,000.
9. Approaching runway 9.
Balloon says X-plane. Alright. My throttle.
$500. $400. $300. Approaching minimums. Minimums. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Algiers ground. Itaro 4000. Good afternoon. Cleared off runway. Ready to taxi to the gate.
Itaro 4000, Algiers ground. Taxi to Terminal 4, Gate W22B via Juliet 3, Juliet. Good day.
Not registering.
Gate Whiskey 22 Bravo via Juliet 3, Juliet. Itaro 4000.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Algiers. A little fun fact for you. Algiers is known as the White City due to its stunning white buildings that gleam under the Mediterranean sun. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until we reach the final parking position. On behalf of your flight crew, thank you for flying with ITA Airways. The local time here in Algiers is 3:47 in the afternoon.
My beat per minute, my didn't register. I'm gonna see if it registered on the replay when I look at it.
Algiers Tower, Itaro 4000. Good afternoon, descending 2500.
Itaro 4000 Heavy, Algiers Tower, roger, continue approach.